sun with one thing to notice above all else. Just north of center, CME gets pounded out from the central sunspot group. It was merely a C-class flare, but the plasma made good use of it. Sunspots have developed both on the north and the south, and while the south is getting large and magnetically complex, the northern complexity was enough to steal umbral magnetic fields from the front sector and open up the eruptive pathway starting towards the northern coronal hole. And while the core chunk of the chromosphere plasma went north, we saw that ripple in the corona, and so just as we should spot the flare flashes at the northern and southern sunspots here in 131 angstroms, we can also be pretty sure we need to go look for that CME on SOHO. Well, it's not going to win the Astrophysical Plasma Symmetry Award, but it is a bent halo. Both the left and right components are part of this wide-angle eruption, and it is heading our way as well. We will await its arrival likely on Sunday, but the solar wind has already been anything but silent. Yesterday morning we went over the rise of the plasma speed entering a weak coronal hole stream. That little blip just after the day change UTC is one of the minor CMEs giving us a little love tap last night. And we could have another one impacting here before that one that erupted yesterday. Enhanced geomagnetic unrest remains on the watch for the weekend. Up next, let's go to a bunch of new visualizations by NASA. These first running animations are part of their chest puff and flex on climate monitoring. They claim that they can monitor everything relating to our changing climate, and yet there is nothing but the old geophysical inputs when it comes right down to what they're actually monitoring as part of the program. But interestingly, they also came out simultaneously with a number of space weather graphics. All of these can be found at the Goddard Scientific Visualization Studio from the last few days, and while I wish it would have gone a bit further, the space weather effects graphic that includes the thunderstorm is pretty outstanding. I bet a lot of folks, even internally, don't catch that one. And if they do, what are the chances they know the pyramid-sized stack of peer-reviewed literature in play on that front? Okay, cool space news up next. Worlds with oceans. Oceans of hydrogen. New research puts biosignatures of heavy atmosphere planets within reach, and they say if there are any biosignatures at nearby worlds, they're going to have the chance to spot them very soon. Personally, I'm a bit more excited for them to start spotting more dusty plasma. James Webb has completed its final tests, and it feels almost unreal to say this. Webb is going up. Finally. Bajillionth paper on pre-seismic electromagnetic anomalies may not be blockbuster breaking news anymore, but when the father of electroquake science, Sergei Pulinets, signs off on the paper, I choose to read it. Folks, we've got some haters up next. Ever since it was conclusively proven on satellite images that cows align preferentially with the local magnetic field, there have been people who don't understand the observer effect who went in and tried to study it. The cows noticed and just stared at the scientists. But those studies get tossed quickly back in favor of the correlation, recognized as the observer effect, but this time it's different. These scientists are saying that it's distortion of satellite images, tricking others into thinking that all the cows are looking the same way. Let me ask you to go zoom in on your house on satellite. Does it look distorted? How about the streets around you? Seem like a silly little argument? I think so. Then again, these guys are probably still sore from the last time they tried to debunk this, and failed. Now last but not least, folks, it's as if the scientists are now specifically looking for corings that contain multiple episodes of Earth's disaster cycle. It wasn't long ago that multiple Heinrich events showing up together was a great find. Now, we're reporting 3 or 4 or more Heinrich events showing up together pretty much every month. Next one on deck, which you can learn more about in the Disaster Cycle playlist listed below the video and our channel homepage.